Hey, what's up, big? OPERATIONiDROID here, and welcome to the best iPhone setup without a jailbreak. Now, this is the first time that I ever do a video like this, and the first of what I hope to be a series of awesome non-jailbroken setups that I'll be showing you how to do. Right now you're looking at Strive, my first non-jailbroken setup, and I think it looks pretty awesome. Now, if you all think it looks awesome, please hit that like button, as well as hit the like button to show your support for this series so that I know that you all want to see more videos like this one in the future. With that being said, as you can see, Strive is very nice. It has a very nice theme with some cool drop shadows that go across the whole device, as you can see behind the Strive text, and even in the page dots if you take a closer look, and of course in the lock screen as well, to kind of just bring the whole iPhone together as one. I think it looks super awesome. I hope you guys do as well, and if you are ready to learn how to do this, I just want to tell you a couple of things. Now, this does take some time setting up your whole iPhone like this, because it does have blank icons, as you can see here. They are icons that match the wallpaper to make it look as if there isn't an icon there. And of course, it also uses these icons here that are like themes, but in actuality, they're just redirects. So if I click on it, it takes me to the App Store, but it does take like a second of load time to redirect from that icon to the App Store, which I guess is a little bit of a sacrifice just to make your iPhone look as cool as this looks right here. So if you want to have one of the coolest iPhone setups around without a jailbreak, I highly recommend that you take the time to do this, and if not, that's cool. And without any further ado, let's learn how to do this. But first, let's switch back into stock iOS. Quickly, before we begin with the tutorial, I would like to mention that this video is sponsored by Battlecamp, and for those that don't know what Battlecamp is, it's a monster catching and gem matching game for your mobile phone. It mixes battling and capturing monsters in a massive open world where everybody can interact with each other. It's kind of like Club Penguin combined with Pokemon. It's pretty awesome. I recently started playing the game and it's a ton of fun, and I recommend that you all check it out by downloading it for free via the link in the description below. So to begin the tutorial, we're going to start with the wallpaper. So to get the wallpaper, open Safari and type in the URL bit.ly/Strive setup with the S's capitalized, as that's super important, or else it will not send you to this imager album that has all the wallpapers that you need for this whole theme. The first one being the lock screen. It's the same for whichever setup you want to do, so make sure you save that image by tapping and holding and then selecting save image. And this is where things get a bit tricky. So there's different wallpapers with text that says Strive, without text, and of course for every weekday. And there's 3 different ones for the 3 different types, because it all depends on how many page dots or pages you have with this setup. So go ahead and save whichever ones you want to do. In this case, I'm going to do the Strive setup that just says Strive. You can do whichever one you want, and remember to save the one with the appropriate page dots to the amount of pages that you have. You're always going to have 1 page no matter what, so either choose 3, 4, or 5. In my case, I chose 3, and now let's head to our photos album so we can set these wallpapers. So I'm going to go ahead and set the lock screen first, and make sure you set it to still and zoom all the way out to make sure everything is positioned correctly, and then set that as your lock screen. And then set your wallpaper, whichever one it is that you got, whether it was a weekday, the Strive text, or no text. Set that to your home screen. Make sure to select still and zoom all the way out so that the page dots are perfectly aligned. So right now when you head home, you can see that the page dots are not aligned because I have 4 pages instead of 3, but I'm going to change that as we continue with the setup. But the lock screen is perfect, as you can see here. It looks super awesome. And yeah, so now we have the lock screen all set up. Now it's time to set up the home screen. We're going to go ahead and get the icon themes now by pasting in the link that I have in the description for the Oxygen theme. Upon arriving at this site, you want to go ahead and scroll down, and here it will have the application icons. So go ahead and click on that. There's 24 icons and they're all redirects to other applications. So as you can see, there's the App Store, the calculator by QA Apps calendar, and these will redirect to the app names that it says there. So only install the apps that you actually have, although all of these apps are pretty popular. I'm sure most of you will have them. As you can see, there's PayPal, Pinterest, Twitter, and then when you click on them, delete the name of it so that there isn't an icon label under it, and then select install. Now, once you select install, it'll ask you to install profile. It'll say warning, just go ahead and install it anyways. And now when you head to your home screen, you'll see that all your icons are there. And if you ever want to get rid of these icons, you just have to go into your profiles and delete that profile. So now that we have the theme icons, we're going to go ahead and hide all of the stock iOS icons by just simply putting them into a folder. So I'm going to get all my stock iOS icons into a folder, which does take some time, and that's why I mentioned at the beginning of this video that this will take some time to set up. And of course I sped it up for the sake of the video, but you can just pause, go ahead and hide all your stock icons, and then continue with the tutorial. Once you have all your stock icons hidden, while in jiggle mode, take a photo of your home screen without any icons. Then head to Safari and paste in the URL the link that I have for the iEmpty tool, and select create blank icons. Then select add, and then you're going to choose a file. Select choose a file, and you're going to upload the screenshot that we took of our home screen while in jiggle mode without any applications, and then select upload photo. Now it has to be a screenshot while in jiggle mode or else this will not work. So make sure you do that. So now then you can select whichever icons you want for your home screen. So I'm going to create a blank icon for the top row, and we're going to make two of these as I'm going to have 2 pages. So I'm going to save this icon twice. As you can see, you can easily save them by selecting the share button at the bottom of the Safari tab and then selecting add to home screen. It's super simple. Make sure you do this twice for every icon if you're going to do 2 pages. If you're doing 3 pages of Strive, then you want to do it 3 times. And then we're going to continue to do this for the whole top row of the home screen. So of course I'm going to speed this up for the sake of the video, as it does take time to save each and every individual icon here. But once you do that, it actually looks really nice, and you can start to see the Strive setup come together with the first row of icons completely blank, showing off the text at the top if you did the Strive or the weekday, or if you did the blank text. Anyways, the next thing we want to do is clear the bottom row of icons so that it shows off the mountains in the background. This actually makes it a big difference, and I recommend that you do it. If you don't like it, then that's fine, then you can keep the bottom row of icons. Next, you want to move your dock and replace it with the Oxygen theme icon. So I'm going to move my dock items into that folder where I put all the stock iOS applications, which I should have done before, but just going to do it now. And I like to add the phone, messages, and Safari to my dock because it looks great with only 3 icons there instead of 4. And just the colors of the 2 green with the blue in the middle looks really nice, as you can see here, as the Strive setup starts to come alive. Now, the next thing we're going to do is organize our folders so that it looks nice when you go to your second page. So I'm going to put the rest of the Strive icons that I'm not using into a folder here. You may have more folders, but that's completely fine. I recommend that you have up to 4 folders. If you have more, that's cool, but it looks really great with 4 folders, because what we're going to do is put these 4 folders in the middle of our second page with some more blank icons. So let's return to Safari, where we had our iEmpty tool open with the blank icons. Now we're going to create blank icons for the whole second row and the left icon on the third and fourth row, as well as the right icon on the fourth row. As well as if you want your folders to have no icon label, as you can see that 2 of my folders have instead of a text name, what you want to do is copy the little blank question mark that you see when you're creating the add to home screen shortcut for your blank icons, and then paste it into your folder name. So when you do that, as you can see, it creates a blank icon label for your folders, which makes it look nice as it matches with the Oxygen icons that don't have icon labels either. So across your whole iPhone, there aren't any icon labels anywhere, which is really nice. So once you create these blank icons where I told you to make them, your device will look like so, with 4 folders right in the middle of your second page, which I think looks really nice. As you can see here, the Strive setup has now come together. It looks beautiful in my opinion, and the little cherry on top that makes this really nice and takes it to the other level is removing the top status bar. So what you want to do is double tap the home button, then hold the lock button to power off the device, and then double tap the home button again, and this will remove the status bar on your iPhone when you're running iOS 10.2 and 10.1. and this will only last for like 5 minutes, which sucks. There's no permanent way to do it right now. However, hopefully in 10.3 there will be a permanent way to do it. So when that comes out, and hopefully I make another best iPhone setup, we'll be able to add that to our setup. Finally, the last thing I want to mention is that if you were doing the weekday setups with the weekday names at the top, using those wallpapers, you will have to change the setup every single day, which can be a little annoying as well, and why is I didn't show it in this video, because as you can see, you'll have to create the blank icons for the top for every single weekday, which there's 7 of them. But if you want to make the process a little easier, once you create the icon labels once, as you can see I've done for Monday here, just keep them in a folder so you can add them back. And yeah, that is the Strive setup. It looks beautiful. I hope you guys like it, and maybe I'll see you guys in another episode of Best iPhone Setup. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then please leave a like, as it shows that you want more episodes of this Best iPhone Setup, as well as comment down below what your thoughts on this Strive setup are. Which of the 3 wallpapers did you like best? The Strive text, the blank text, or the weekday text? I'd love to know what you all have to say, because if I do another best iPhone setup, I'd love to incorporate some of your ideas that you mentioned in the comment section below in that next setup. So make sure to leave a comment. I read all the comments, and hopefully I'll incorporate it into the next iPhone setup if there is a next iPhone setup. So show your support. Finally, if you are new to the channel and if you have not subscribed yet, I highly recommend that you subscribe by clicking on the subscribe icon on screen now, and check out some of my other videos if you have not already. Check out our sponsor for this video. Couldn't have made it without them. And as always, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and welcome to the operation.